Bust series. This is part 10 of my Mech Bust series video. And today what we're gonna do, we're gonna learn how to add details in Zbrush. In the previous tutorial, I showed you guys how to create details in Maya. We didn't add that much because my subdivisions are not that good, but still I showed you techniques how to create panel lines, how to create bolt, how to break the surface and take it even further. Let's get started with my detailing in Zbrush. So there you go. The detail, I kind of really like the design so far, and I'm also seeing the skull. That's a main focus point of this tutorial, of this bust I made. And let's start. If you see, the overall it looks pretty good. It looks pretty detailed, and I'm also going to show you how I created these details as well. Let's start with, if you see from far, the only thing that throws me off is this one. This piece. This piece is kind of like really basic. You know, I want to make pop up, and so let's detail this one. So I'm going to go to solo mode, and my subdivisions, if you see, it's decent, but I want to go even further. So I'm going to divide. So if you see, the subdivision is pretty good. So I'm going to my standard brush and sculpt something. So if you see, okay, that looks pretty good. So in ZBrush, when you're detailing, it's easier to detail. You could use alphas. If you don't know how to create alpha, or how to create your own alpha, how to bring your alpha from Photoshop, I will have a description in this tutorial. Go and watch it, because I also created a tutorial on basics in alpha and ZBrush. So let's create this, and I'm hitting X to do symmetry. Okay, there you go. So there's the symmetry. Let's make some. Let's add some details. Oh, my tablet is kind of freaking out. Come on, tablet, work. I think it's thinking. You know what? Let me detail it using my mouse. Okay, so now what I could do is I could let's see what I have here. Okay, so what I could do is, so if you see here, the subdivisions aren't that good. So if I see, still it doesn't. So what I'm going to do, I'm subdivide it twice. So now I'm kind of like creating like a bolt detail there. I'm also going to create one here as well. Okay, so now I could add some panel lines. Go to Damien Standard Brush and go to Stroke menu, and my lazy radius is 100. So I'm going to create this panel line by going through it. So we're not going to see at the back, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm make sure, there you go. So now if you see, this pops out more, it looks like a separate shape. I'm going to do the same thing here as well. So I'm going to fix this. So we are not going to see at the back, so I'm not worried about it. So the other technique I use, once I sculpt some details, what I do is go to Deformation tab and just polish a bit. So that helps you to polish. Do you see this polished? So if I polish more, you can see literally it just changed the shape. So now I'm going to add some panel line, kind of like panel line. So I'm going to reduce my intensity. So same thing here. Boom. So there you go. So now if I go and see the shape from far, it looks pretty good. I could polish a little bit. So now this shape is really kind of like you could also use masking as well. So I created a mask, insert, go out, invert it by clicking on Alt. If you don't know how to create mask, how to invert and everything, go and check my Zbrush basic tutorial. I will have the link in the description as well, so you guys can go and check it out. So now what I could do, I could go to my standard brush and add some bolt details in it. So I'm just increasing my intensity, and now I'm zooming out. I'm adding an add. So there you go. If you see, that looks pretty good. So now I could also do the same thing here as well. Okay. The panel lines kind of disappeared because I did a lot of polishing. I'm not worried about it, so I'll just go here and I'll just create panel lines. Now what we did was, I'm not worried about because this is not going to be that closer. So just smooth it a little bit, and we could also do something like that as well. There you go. So now if I see from far, now it kind of looks like a mechanical piece. Now, but at the top, it kind of looks really blank as well. At the top, I'm going to use a different technique. I'm going to my standard brush or creative brush. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create some kind of insert. So this goes in. So now I'm going to smooth it there. So now it kind of created that shape. I think I was really close to the edge. It's not a big deal. There you go. So now I'm gonna sculpt the shape. If I smooth it, boom, there you go. So now we can have something like that. Now what you could do is you could go to standard brush and add some like a bold details. Boom, there you go. So now if you see from the far, it's going to pick up the lights as well. You can also shape this, make the shape even pop up more by sculpting. So just making the shape even interesting by adding some kind of like a groove there. So that's going to catch the light. You could see it's literally catching the light. If I that, so now if I go there, now if you see, we can add the details and we could separate the surface in when we're rendering it, so that will pop up more. But if I don't like this piece, you know, I'll just even, you know, make it even further. We could you could also make this shape even further by going using clip curve brushes sometime. That helps a little bit as well. So if I clip it, you could see it literally clipped my thing. So that created a hard edge. Now what I could do is I could go and I could go here and smooth my mesh. So that will create some good shapes and pick up lights. I could do the same thing out there as well, but I'm not worried about it. Let's see how it looks like. No, let's keep this piece organic. So that's what I want. So there you go. Now we have it. So let's go and add some more details. Okay, let's add some panel lines in this. What we could do is to add panel lines. Okay, let's create a panel line from here to here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Damien Standard Brush, my favorite brush, creating panel lines. Creating panel lines is really easy. Make sure your lazy mouse size is to get a good distance. See, that's kind of like made it a little bit bigger. So what I'm gonna do, and my subdivision is not that smoother, so I'm gonna subdivide one more time. So now if I smooth, so now if you see there's a smoother transition there. So I want to make it like a circle, and it kind of like bumped on my other geo, so I masked it away. So sometimes what I actually do is I reduce my intensity. I go again, but I do holding on Alt, so that will create like a sharper edge. You could see that creates a sharper edge. So I'm going to do the same thing on my other side as well. So yeah, make sure you turn on your lazy mouse. So that creates a crisp, since this is masked, I could polish a little bit. So that's going to take time because our subdivision is really high. So now if I solo it out, this will pop out more. Since I didn't mask this, so it did this side, but it's easy to mirror it on the other side, but I will show you how to do that. Now let's add some kind of like panels there. So I'm going to one, and what I'm going to do is add some bold details. So I'm going to show you how to add these details as well. Solo it out. So now I'm going to add make sure your intensity is high. This happens because our subdivision is not enough, but so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it really small. And what I could do is I could go here. Kind of adding some kind of like a bold sci-fi detail here. So now if you see that got shaped really good. We could also add it somewhere here. See, difference between this and this, because this is higher subdivision than that, that's why. So I'm literally adding wherever it makes sense. This is a good thing about alphas. You could create like beautiful shapes. Now there you go. So now this will pick up lights and everything. So if you see from the far, that looks pretty cool. That's what I wanted. Okay, let's go and add details to some other parts as well. So this stuff I'm not worried about because it doesn't have detail already. I just have to subdivide it once. Okay, I'm going to show you how to add details on the bigger pieces. So I'm going to subdivide once. So that's my subdivision. I want to subdivide twice, thrice, and 5. So this is the 5th subdivision. Still it didn't freak out, but I could do one more time. So this might freak out, this might crash. So if it did crash, I'll come on the next one and I'll teach you guys how to do it. My ZBrush is thinking now. But if I would have do it by myself, what I would have done, I would have separated the pieces, then I would have detailed it. So that way it's easier to do it. Okay, so it's subdivided, so that's a good news. There you go. My ZBrush kind of freaked out because I subdivided it several times. So I'm going to subdivide it below. Okay, so I subdivided several subdivisions. If you see, my subdivision went from 6 to 4. So I'm going to delete the high subdivision. So now what I do, I go X by transform. Just literally go and add details wherever you want. But so there you go. You could add like whatever details you want as well. But now over here, a little bit of insert and outside. So that looks like a what is that? Like a sci-fi robot. So that's why. So now if I want to add some more details there, so what I could do is, see, since my subdivisions are not that good, it's going to freak out. But no worries, you know, we're going to do whatever we could do. And we could do add panel lines here as well by go to Damien Standard Brush. I'm going to increase my intensity. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create. Okay, so now I could add panel lines. If it's really dense mesh, it will work. And you could also mask out by clicking and dragging the move option. See, like in seconds I could create like, you know, a bunch of details. So that's what I like about panel lines and Zbrush. And now what I could do is now I'm going to use some masking techniques to create some nice shapes. When creating Mech, make sure you do like triangles and stuff like that. That will pop out more than anything else. So what's happening here is I created 2 triangles. You could also create 1 here as well. If it's a high subdivision, it's going to be 3 triangles. So I'm going to insert it out, and what I could do is you could go to standard brush or any other brush, just sculpt it. If it's higher subdivision, it's going to give a good result, but since my ZBrush is not letting me, let's try to polish it. This might freak out as well, this might crash as well, but let's see it. But it did the job. But you could see that worked. That's not bad, but still it gave a pretty good shape for me. That's what I wanted, right? We created, like, if it's an iris, it's going to give a pretty good detail. So now we created the shape. We could even like make it even interesting by doing something like that. So now if you see, I created a shape from this shape. So that kind of looks cool too, you know. It kind of looks like helmet, and it will pick up lights pretty good than any other shapes. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just smoothing this mesh on the corners. There you go. And now we could add in, you know, add bolts and stuff. So it's kind of like picking your battles, you know, which one you like, which one you don't like, and you can go from there. This is really good dense mesh, so it's going to have some kind of good results in here. And what I could do is I could go to there you go. So it's easier to add details, guys, like in ZBrush compared to Maya. I'm going to add some other details here as well. The same thing, I want to create like a bunch of triangles here. That's what I want to do. So use masking technique, and you could also use something called deformation. So now let's see if I masked it. So I go to deformation, I inflate it down. So if I inflate it in, it's going to go in. For some reason I clicked draw, so I'm going to create a new document. hit F to see my things and get rid of the mask, then go and polish a bit. Boom. Since my mesh is not that good, you know what, I'm going to show you how it's going to work with the iris mesh. Okay, my ZBrush freaked out and it crashed. Anyway, I'm just gonna show you guys again. Okay, the most recent brush. Sometimes ZBrush saves it here in the quick save, and you could get it. So there you go. I have it here. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. So this mesh is like a whole polygroup. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this, solo it out. I'm going to polygroups, and this is one polygroup. I'm going to say auto polygroup. So now, okay, we're going to talk about this piece. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to Control Shift, isolate this piece, and go to modify topology and delete it in. So it's going to add. So this is separate piece now. So what I could do, I could spend all the time now here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide it 5 times. So now the same technique, what we're going to do. So we're going to create this triangle shape. You can also bring your own alpha and paint here and drag and react. I mean like drag rect, and you could do that as well. So if you don't know how to do it, check my basic user interface tutorial. You will see. Since I don't have my transformation on, it didn't do the other side. Anyway, deformation, inflate. So now if you see the difference, it looks different from, I'm going to say polish by crisp edges. So it's going to do it crisp. So now if you see, it gave a good shape. That's what I wanted. So now I could go and make the shape even look good by going edge polish brush. And you could go and polish it. So there you go. So now if you see, we added this detail just by separating the piece. So that's how you separate pieces and you can add details from it. So if you want to make this to see with the context, so I'm going to do the same thing here. So now if I go shift, you could see it there, you know, the details were pretty good. And so that's it guys, and today we learned how to add details and panel lines in ZBrush, and that's where I go about it. And it's really easier. Since my ZBrush crashed, we didn't see the detail, so we used several different techniques. The first technique is using diamond standard brush, and using alphas using standard brush, and using alphas from the default alphas from here. And we also use something called drag rect, so that will create bold shapes and everything. And we added the details here as well, but it didn't pop up here. So if you have any questions regarding this, you can write me at 3damuser@gmail.com. So anyway, I will have a detailed pass, and I will see you in the next one. If you like this tutorial, please like, subscribe, and comment below. And if you have any questions, write me at 3damuser@gmail.com. And until then, you guys have a great day.